Are you applying 25 creams a day to your face on your mission to perfect your skincare regimen? Or have you given up altogether because the $1,000 worth of creams you bought last month haven't done anything yet, but you still use them because the only thing worse than applying your expensive chemical-ridden embrocation is the thought of doing nothing at all? Then this video is for you. This is What's the Deal? Topical Mix-Ups on Coffee Break MD. Not all topicals are created equally. Some are good for the skin, others only cause misery. One thing the majority have in common is they are designed to be used alone. Most manufacturers don't care what else you're applying or in what order, as long as you're buying their product. And why should they? Does the maker of your soccer mom minivan care if you put 22-inch chrome rims on it? Not in the least. Same goes for skincare products. The sad truth for many people is that skincare is science. It only works if you understand not only what you're using, but how to use it properly. Part of that is knowing what it doesn't go with. Here are my top 3 topical mix-ups that you should absolutely avoid. There's also a must-know bonus tip at the end, so stay tuned. The first topical mix-up, benzoyl peroxide and retinoids. If you have a skincare routine, chances are you have benzoyl peroxide lying around. There are a lot of things to know about using benzoyl peroxide, and the first and most importantly, in my opinion, is you can't mix it with retinoids. Retinol? Retino? Retinoids is the correct term. Retinoids are a group of vitamin A derivatives that decrease oil production and wrinkling in the skin. Retinol is a specific type of retinoid, and a weak one at that. Prescription retinoids are 20 plus times stronger than over-the-counter retinoid. Whichever one you're using, don't mix it with benzoyl peroxide. I can't tell you how many people overlook this one. Benzoyl peroxide is an oxidizer, meaning it kills everything in its wake, from bacteria to fungus to other chemicals such as retinoids. Benzoyl peroxide will inactivate retinoids and render them useless. But there is an exception. There are some topical formulations that combine benzoyl peroxide with a specific retinoid called adapalene. Supposedly, the adapalene remains stable in suspension and does not get degraded by the benzoyl peroxide. As far as retinoids go, adapalene is on the weaker end of the spectrum, and I hardly even prescribe it anyways. I usually only use it in teenagers who have early and very mild acne. Most people who are looking for results from the retinoids are going to go for something like tretinoin or stronger. For practical purposes, try to use benzoyl peroxide alone and then wash it off completely before applying any other topicals. It can theoretically inactivate a whole bunch of things in addition to retinoids. So I always counsel patients to use this one alone. Side note, benzoyl peroxide also stains towels, so really, wash it off. I usually tell patients to keep it in the shower for this reason. Our second topical mix-up is vitamin C and retinoids. Vitamin C is a topical antioxidant that's used to repair damage and brighten the skin. It's really great stuff, but it's kind of finicky. Vitamin C is extremely acidic, and it only works well if it stays that way. Let's go back to chemistry for a moment. This is a pH scale. It basically rates things by how acidic they are. It goes from 0 to 14, with lower numbers being acidic and higher numbers being basic. Don't be basic. Water is right in the middle at a pH of around 7. Well, for vitamin C to work, it needs a pH of less than 3.5, which is very acidic. Retinoids, on the other hand, need a pH of around 5 to 6 to do their job. If you throw them into an environment that's too acidic, they'll stop working. But is 3.5 to 5 really that big of a difference? It seems pretty close. Great question. Yes, it's a big difference. Even though the numbers seem close, every time you go down one number on the pH scale, it actually increases your acidity by 10 times. Believe it or not, topical vitamin C is actually 30 times more acidic than retinoids. What happens when you mix them? Basically, the pHs kind of average out somewhere in the middle. Nothing fizzles, nothing catches on fire, but things don't work as well. And the most important takeaway is the vitamin C, which really needs an acidic environment, becomes unstable when its pH goes up and it's no longer acidic. So you apply this really expensive vitamin C, mix it with your retinoid, vitamin C stops working. So don't mix these two. They just don't work well together. If you like this video so far, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel below. The third no-no on our list is retinoids and glycolic acid. Glycolic acid is a powerful exfoliant. It's in a class of topicals called alpha hydroxy acids. Big word, I know. Basically, its job is to cause your skin to flake, which leads to a smoothing effect. Using it sparingly can improve the appearance of your skin. Overdoing it can cause serious irritation. You need some layers on your skin. Adding retinoids only worsens the irritation caused by glycolic acid. These topicals have some overlapping qualities, so applying these together is a big mix-up that can seriously set you back. If I had to choose one, I'd probably stick with the retinoid, simply because it does more for your skin. Glycolic acid is certainly more limited in its activity and is not really a go-to for everyone. And as promised, we have our bonus tip, which should help all these topical recommendations work better for you. There are people out there who will learn from these tips, implement them all with precision, and still struggle with their skincare. What are they doing wrong? Well, one of the biggest mistakes I see is people are not using sunscreen. I'm not harping on sunscreen here.
These dermatologists are like a broken record.
Everyone knows you need sunscreen to prevent wrinkling, creping, and aging skin. I'm not reinventing the wheel here. But sunscreen is also crucial for your other topicals to work. Why does no one talk about this? They don't want us to know. For example, retinoids actually get inactivated when exposed to the sun. You can't just apply your retinoid and go out for a stroll in the park without applying your sunscreen. It just doesn't work that way. This is actually part of the reason that we recommend using retinoids at night, so they can work while you're sleeping. Even vitamin C gets used up quicker if you're in the sun without sunscreen. Check out this video to learn why that is, and the real reason why sunscreen is the most important thing you should be using in your daily routine. It may not be what you think. If you like this video, let me know in the comments and ask questions. We're all here to learn from each other and educate ourselves in the process. Hope you enjoyed your coffee break.